Welcome back to RXMuscle's Iron Road to the Olympia 2018, brought to you by Redcon 1. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today's guest is the 2018 Toronto Classic Physique Pro Champion. He's been here before. He'll be back again. Terrence Ruffin.
Hey, how you doing, Dave?
Hey, congratulations on the big win in Toronto this year.
Oh, thank you. It was fun. It's my first time out there.
Yeah, you've had a good run the last 3 years. You know, you might not have won the Olympia yet, but you might have trouble, placing as high as we think you should place at the Olympia. But you've had no problem at the pro shows that you've been doing, regionally. Every year you've won at least a pro show. This is no exception. 3 years in a row now. Going back to the Olympia, last year you were 6th place at the Olympia, which was up from the 9th place the year before that. Can you make the top 3 this year?
I definitely think I can. I'm actually looking a lot better than Toronto's. In our head we always think we're behind or something, but I just looked at photos and even just posted one, and I'm like, oh, I'm looking bigger and leaner. More so than any other show in the past.
It's interesting because not only are you do you have a great physique, and we'll talk about that in a minute, but you're also one of the more entertaining posers out there. Matter of fact, I think you might be one of the best out there right now. I can't wait to watch your routines when you do. Where do you get the creativity, or where do you get the, I guess you could say, the motivation for the routines? Because they're always a little different.
Basically, it stems from just the people I enjoy watching pose. I think we talked about this: Muhammad Makaway, right, Lee Labrada, Kai Green, and then on top of that, I also watch. I watch dancers sometimes too, and I get ideas from them.
Do you have a spectacular routine planned for the Olympia, or it will be the same routine you did in Toronto?
No, not the same.
Okay.
It's different. Similar style of music though. I'm really excited about this one. It should be fun.
Cool. I like that shirt you got on. Is that your clothing line?
Yes, sir, it is. Ruff Nation. It's newer. They can get it from my website, ruffdiesel.com. And yeah, thank you.
Very cool. Very cool. Now, you've always gained weight from year to year to year, this year being no exception. What will your weight finally be on the Olympia stage, you think, when you get up there?
Nah, it'll still be lighter than what I want it to be, but I'll probably 167-ish, I'm guessing. I think the one thing stopping me from being where I need to be.
Yeah, I think we lost Terrence. I think he froze here, but we'll see if we can get him back on Skype. We were having a little problem earlier with Skype. It's funny, he looks perfect on Skype, which his voice seems to freeze on it. One of the things I really like about this guy's physique is that, he's got so much. Oh, we got you back? Okay. I was just going to give you a compliment. But again, finish what you're saying.
What was the last thing you heard?
I don't remember.
So, but I don't know. But the thing is, I think the one thing keeping me from reaching to that top spot is the few extra pounds of size I need to put on.
Yeah.
Okay. Because my shape, the shape I have is really good. I think compared to a lot of guys in the top 5. I think also my conditioning is always
right
up to par. It's just the size, and I do have room to grow. So that's the one thing I think holding me back.
It's holding you back in your mind, but it actually is a gift in a sense, because a lot of these guys are tapped out already. They can't put any more size. They can't make any more improvements because they'll just push themselves out of the weight category, or out of the division, I should say. So in a sense, you're still improving, and you have room to improve, where a lot of these other guys just can't do it.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
That's a gift in a sense. What is the weight cap on your height?
So it is 175, but I'm only like 1/4 under, so I can just stretch out or something. I don't know. They have those spinal decompression things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could do that and probably get an extra 5 pounds.
The funny thing is, you look so much bigger than you really are. Alone, you know, people see your physique and they think you're going to win. I remember when you came out in the first Classic Physique Olympia, and I saw you do your individual routine, and I'm like, this guy's going to win the show. And then when you got next to everyone else, you could see, I didn't realize, you know, you can see the proportion is different. You're a little shorter than everyone else, and you're a little smaller. But you know, like I said, you don't really have many flaws to your physique, so that's got to be frustrating for you because you see, hey, I got all the tools to win, and it's just, you know, I'm just not as big as some of these guys, you know.
Yeah, a little bit, but you know, in my mind, I guess, you know, as a bodybuilder, you always nitpick, and I see some things I can improve on. The biggest thing is just my arms, my biceps. But besides that, yeah, like you said, I don't think I have any other glaring things I need to improve.
Are you one of these guys that has trouble eating in the off season?
Yeah. So like, yeah, I don't have trouble, but I don't have a crazy appetite either. Yeah. I can eat, but I'm not starving. Like right now, I'm fine. Like I'm not, you know, hungry or anything.
Yeah, I always hated guys like you. When I was running, when I was a long distance runner, you know, the goal was to be as small as you can because you're lighter and you can run faster. Yeah. And I had a voracious appetite. So I was literally becoming like an anorexic because like I just, all I did was think about food, and I would starve myself all day and then just eat at night and stuff like that. And it worked. Yeah. I lost weight because I had a pretty good metabolism, but I was an eater. So when I started bodybuilding, that worked to my advantage because I was able to put on an enormous amount of size because I was able to eat so much. It seems, but then again, it's a trade-off. I always believe if you eat a lot of food and gorge yourself, your stomach stretches out. Like, you know, you just have, your waistline is so tight probably because you don't overeat. And I truly believe that that's, I didn't believe it when I was competing, but I believe that's the truth, you know.
I believe it too. I believe that's one of the biggest things, especially when you look at a lot of bodybuilders, like they'll have an issue, but then, you know, like Rolly, I'm a big fan of his, and because he had the issue, but then a year or two later he fixed it. So I'm like, it was probably the food, to be honest. To be honest.
But you know, if you want to put size on, you got to eat big. And I always tell people, it's not a pleasure. It's really a job in bodybuilding. People think, oh, he's so lucky, he can eat whatever he wants. No, it's not that much fun when you have to eat 6-8 times a day. You know?
Yeah, you're right.
So are you one of these guys that kind of grows into their prep because you eat better when you're dieting?
It's changed from show to show. It depends on where I am in the off season. In the past, I got up to like 195, and for me, that was a lot considering I competed the year before at like 157. I won the Tampa at 157 that year, Tampa Pro. Wow. After that show, I bulked up to 195, and I was eating maybe around 5,000 calories. That one, but this year we didn't get as heavy. I was 185 in this past off season. So it really depends on, you know, from show to show.
Well, I guess you could say the good thing is that you've been making quality improvements from year to year to year, and I think that's what we want to see. Putting yourself aside, who do you like in the Classic Physique division now with all the new guys we've seen competing this year, all the new names? Who are physiques you like? Hey, that guy's got a good physique. I like it.
Yeah, so I like two guys. I actually like Courage. I forget what show he won. I think he won the Fargo, North Dakota.
Courage Opari, right?
Mm-hmm. And then also I like Keon Pearson, who took second at the Tampa.
Great. Yeah. Terrific talent. He's going to be a star also. Yeah, these are guys that kind of have similar physiques to yours. I can see why you can relate to those. When you look at Breon Ansley, okay, do you see? I mean, do you ever like analyze him and say, hey, I could beat him here, or he's got me here? I always wonder how people like, because I used to do that as a bodybuilder. I would compare myself to the top guys and seeing where I could beat them, where I'm vulnerable to them, etc.
Yeah, I definitely do things like that, and it's been interesting over the past few years too, because we did our first show together. So it's been kind of interesting from that point on to kind of compare myself to him and other guys too.
Where do you think he has you beat, and where do you think you have him beat?
He has, like, people say I have, you know, good separation, but his separation in his legs and back and everywhere, he's like really, really deep separation. I think that's something that pulls him above a lot of people.
Right.
His legs aren't as big as mine, but they're big enough for classic, to be honest. I think for me, I would just need to pull down a little bit harder. But the thing is, like I said, with him. He has to pull down really hard because he's already at the limit. But with me, if I pull too hard, I'll be even smaller than what I am now.
Sure.
So I think I just need a little bit more size, and then I can honestly contend with him because I've looked at pictures over the years, and he's, like I said, I think like 20 plus pounds heavier.
Yeah. But
you can't tell in photos that he's that much heavier.
Mm-hmm. I always, here's a question I got for you. You got great arms. Terrence got, Breon's got great arms.
Yeah.
Are arms something that's really important for this division? Because let's face it, classic bodybuilding, we think Arnold, and Arnold had the crazy guns, and that's something that your eyes automatically go to. It's the small waist, the big arms, chest. What can you be a great classic physique guy with small arms? I don't think so.
I think you can be. I think so. I think like. Once you get to, like, I guess the Olympia, everything matters. But, like, so I think you have to have big arms, but the difference is you don't have to have a great peak. And the one guy that comes to mind is you still got you?
We just lost you for a second. Who did you say? Who comes to mind?
Okay, that was a call.
Yeah, we got you.
But one guy who comes to mind is Chris Bumstead. He played second at the. Yeah, and his arms aren't necessarily small, but his biceps are, the insertions are not great at all compared to like a Breon or guys from the past like Arnold,
Right. Do you think that's what cost Bumstead the win at the Olympia last year?
Yeah, so I do think so. Like, I know a lot of people think his fans think he should have won. I do understand it could have went to him, but I think. The reason why Breon won is because the judges saw him as more complete from the biceps and from the back. I think that's
I think from the back. The back double bicep did him in, yeah.
Yeah.
But arms are important. I think because everyone, I work with a lot of athletes, obviously, and a lot of them ask me, can I do classic? And everyone thinks just that they make the weight for their height that they're a classic, and that's just not the case. Not everyone has a classic physique, and that doesn't mean you have a bad physique. It just means you don't have a classic physique. It doesn't mean you have a small, teeny waist and you don't have big arms. And so if I don't see that in a guy, a lot of times I'll steer them towards bodybuilding,
Yeah, I agree. There's plenty of great bodybuilders who wouldn't do good in classic just because of, different reasons. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Well, I want to wish you the best of luck on the Olympia stage. You're one of the fan favorites. We're all looking forward to seeing that great routine up on that stage and knock them dead. And hopefully you'll make that this year. You'll break into that top, 5 group, and we'll see you finally shine on that Olympia stage.
All right, thank you, Dave.
All right, anything you want to plug out there? I know you got the clothing line. Anything else?
Yeah. My sponsors, they're coming out with a new cereal, protein cereal for prep.
Okay.
So check that out, npasubs.com.
What's it called?
It's called Puff. Oh my God! It just came out like yesterday.
Oh, it's like a cereal.
It's a cereal, protein cereal.
Nice.
Like 1 gram of carbs, 20 grams of protein per serving.
Nice. I want some. Send me some. I'll review it. I'll review it for the show. Okay. Well, good luck on that stage, like I said, and that'll take us to the end of another episode of RXMuscle's Iron Road to the Olympia 2018, brought to you by Redcon One. I'm Dave Palumbo. We'll see you next time.
All right.